What is going on, everybody? Welcome to today's Minecraft video. It has been almost 2 years now at this point since I have posted a video on this account. Well, YouTube said it's only been a year, but it's been realistically 2 years now at this point since I last did a live stream on Naturally Nate. Now, this video in the background is just what I recorded just a little bit ago, right before I decided I was going to make this video. But to preface this video, right? So this is going to be about what has Naturally Nate been up to since he departed from Clockcraft well over 2 years now at this point. And also to preface that, I will be talking about some controversy around that time too with Clockcraft and my actual reasoning for departure too as well. I'm not going to name any people in that group or anything like that, other than they were all great up until the point when I decided to leave. The other thing too is I trusted the wrong people during that time with some information, and then that led to, after me leaving, that I got a bad rap for my name. But to preface this to everybody in that group, there was only one person in that whole group that I ever said anything really bad about, and well, he is no longer a part of that group and got since banished from that group completely and basically scrubbed off of that, and so have I as well. But me, I don't understand it. But anyways, what has Naturally Nate been up to for the past 2 years? My initial reasoning for leaving Clockcraft was one of the members who was no longer a part of that group started to, how do we say it, copy everything that I was doing with the content and then going live at the same time. Never wanting to do videos with me or hang out with me in the live streams or for content purposes, doing it maliciously. And since then, all that was found out too, on top of that. My main reasoning outside of that was I've been playing Minecraft for freaking 13 years. Well, now at this point right now, it's been well over 13 years that I've played Minecraft, and I never really did a big group project with anybody or have the expectations that came along with being a part of a group like that. So I was just like, I don't really know what I'm doing. And I was also having that comparison thing when you see what the other people around you are doing and you don't have the same amount of time in for live streams that they do to be able to produce the type of quality that they are putting on. You're kind of like, I think it's time for me to go. I was having comparison syndrome. I'm gonna tell you what, Telerik, dude, sensational builder at that time when I was a part of that group. I was getting some mad jealousy issues with that, because I'm like, dude, I am not this good, and he's 20 feet from me. I'm throwing it. I can't do it anymore. And also I was taking on big projects too. I think at the time I was getting a little overwhelmed with this giant netherite mountain thing that I was going to build. I had this whole idea in my head that I wanted to do that I just did not get around to getting remotely close to completing it. Because with me, with Minecraft, I've never really been the builder. I've always been the explorer. And I know in this video, at some point, I'm building this scuffed starter of a house on top of some trees. And I finally just stopped and said, I'm going to go get iron armor and focus on this at this point, which I did get a full set of iron. Foreshadowing here is I did get a full set of iron before I ended this video, but I don't know if I'm going to make a whole 40-minute talk about it. But yeah, so left because of wanted to go focus on other things, as well as malicious ex-member of the group, which I am an ex-member of that group. The other thing too is I really wanted to go and focus on playing music more, which I did and I do still currently at this moment of the time. Now, one things I'm going to go ahead and answer right here, why am I not playing on a computer? Well, I have moved along with the music. I had moved, so I had to make some unfortunate departure of items, which was my PC. So I have to record gameplay on my iPhone, but I'm like, if I'm gonna slowly creep myself back into Minecraft, I might as well just work at it on here because I can eventually take this world into a realm if I really like it. But honestly, at that point, I'll probably just be playing with like shaders and mod packs and everything like that because I still do enjoy Minecraft without the obligation of having to produce content and make content, live stream it, and everything like that right now. But it had been a while since I've really put on a live stream or made a video for Minecraft, so I'm like, you know what? Let's just sit down and talk and just have a good time. Hopefully the audio quality too is as good as well. I still have my mic from my live streaming days, and hopefully it doesn't bug out. So if it does bug out, just bear with me, everything like that. And this video is just very off script. I really didn't know what I was going to talk about when I got on here to make this video. So if it's just rambling, it's basically just a ramble and a bunch of ADHD topics going off at one time. But I just wanted to address a bunch of things and talk about a bunch of things at the same time too. But so yeah, I did sell my PC because I did just move fairly recently, and I got a pretty decent chunk of money from it. But here soon, I should be making my way back into an actual PC. Now, with that being said, will I be live streaming? Probably not. It'll probably just be videos like this right here where I'm just talking about stuff and having a good time, reading Reddit stories, just everything that you can think of. We'll just see what catches here. But this is mostly for the people who have been with me for a very long time, who have been following me for a very long time. I did reach out to a few people who still do support me as a creator and everything like that, regardless of what I'm doing. And a couple of them were fairly excited that I was making this video specifically. Shout out Ness, thank you for still being here with us. But so I did move. I do still do music, so that was one of the other reasons why I left Clockcraft, like I said, was to go and do music. So since then, probably like 2 to 3 months after leaving Clockcraft, I had a wonderful moment of completing one of my childhood dreams, which is working at Guitar Center. I didn't know what I was going to do at Guitar Center, but it was just one of those right place, right time moments, right? So here's how it all went down for that. So one day I went to a Guitar Center, probably about 45 minutes from where I lived at the time, and I'm like going to check out stuff. So I walk into the store. Mind you, I had been there probably a few times before then. Nothing had ever happened, but just this one day, I had walked in there, had a good feeling when I was going, I'm going to play with a bunch of guitars, mess around with some equipment. So the first thing was I walk in and I go to the keyboard section because I've always liked keyboards, even though I'm not very good at it. There was this like wonderful like older fella in there with his wife, and he was sitting in there playing some piano, absolutely killing some songs that I like, namely Breathe by Pink Floyd, which is one of the best covers that I've done on my music account right now. For my standards, it did really good. And he was sitting there playing it. I was singing along with him, and we got the chit-chatting and everything. And he actually invited me to come and try out for his band that he had at that time, that he was looking to put together. And to fast forward there, I didn't actually go and do the tryout or join the band because he sent me the set list that they had, and it was just not it. And that was basically the full story behind that. Was he played some good music when we were in the store, but then when it came to the band, it was a bunch of older stuff than I really cared to play or really listen to. So I just didn't really want to. If I'm gonna do music, I'm gonna play stuff that I like, and it was just not something that I wanted to do. But during that time period right there, meeting him at Guitar Center was a great experience. And so a little bit, like probably like 20 minutes later, the manager of the store was in the acoustic room at the Guitar Center, and I had walked in there, and he like I said, he was in the room, and he was talking to a customer, trying to get them to buy a acoustic guitar, and he was trying to sell them every instrument from low to top price. And eventually, I like walked over there, and because I'm like, I bet you I can get this dude to buy a guitar, and so I really gas up Yamaha acoustics because I'm a big Yamaha acoustic fanboy. And I was talking about it to the guy and everything like that. And the manager's like, man, you seem really passionate about this. You should work here. And I'm like, maybe, I don't know. I was like, I don't really like have selling skills. He's like, well, do you play guitar? And I was like, well, yeah, I mean, and he was like, would you care to teach guitar? I said, I've never done it before, but I'm willing to. And so then he's like, okay, I'm gonna go ring up this guy, because at this point the guy had decided that he was going to get an acoustic guitar, and he had walked out during that little conversation with me and the manager. He went to go like ask his wife or something like that to buy if he was to get like the final approval from the wife to buy the guitar and everything like that. And the manager was talking to me, and then after he rung him up, he found me again. He was like, hey, here's my card. He's like, go ahead and go apply online, and then I'll reach out to you. So I apply online, right? And this is like a couple days later. I applied online, and he reaches out to me, and he's like, hey, why don't you come on in for an interview, since we had such a wonderful conversation. So I'm like, okay, yeah. So the funny thing is I never actually had to have a formal interview to work at Guitar Center, because he calls me later on that same day when he says, hey, come on in, we'll have a conversation. And he's like, you know what, we're just going to go ahead and skip the interview altogether. He's like, you're just going to come on in and do the onboarding and everything like that, and we'll get you working here. I didn't know initially when he said, hey, we're going to just go ahead and get you working here. I didn't know I was going to be a guitar teacher. So I got to mark off the wanting to work at Guitar Center, teach guitar as a teacher. Well, we should say instructor, because the shirt said instructor. I got to during that time period while working as an instructor at Guitar Center, I got to play some of the most expensive equipment I've ever gotten to play in my entire life. And it was a really good experience to figure out, did I really want to teach people? No. I did not enjoy teaching people whatsoever. Trying to get people to practice guitar in between the time they meet you and to the time they come back for their next lesson, it was like pulling teeth and nails. It was not a lot of fun. It was not a lot of fun at all, to be honest. But I did it. I stepped outside of my comfort zone during that time period to go and teach that. So then at the same time, while I am teaching guitar, doing the Guitar Center, probably 6 months into it, I had started my music account, my new music account, and started posting like covers and tutorials. And the account did really, really well at the beginning. I'm talking like thousands of views per video, getting some good comments and everything like that. And it was a lot of fun during those. Like I said, my Breathe videos did really good. My Pink Floyd covers always do pretty good. My Led Zeppelin ones do, a lot of people are kind of judgy when it comes to Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin. I kind of slowed down on that. I'm trying to focus a little bit more on learning more things than posting content, because I posted a video earlier today on my music account saying, hey, I'm going to step away because I'm not liking how I'm sounding right now. And well, here we go. So now I'm on the Minecraft grind right here, talking about random stuff to y'all. And this is all unfiltered and uncut and everything like that. The gameplay might be a little bit differently though, so. But I'm going to take a sip of this juice. What is everybody drinking? Let me know in the comments below. Also, during that time, I went like on a 3-month-long like camping trip. Crazy. We went to like a whole bunch of different like state parks. Had some really weird run-ins with a few of the people there camping too. Oh my God, I don't even want to talk about that. But that was an experience in itself too. I've owned a bunch of guitars since then too. I joined an actual first band during that time period. It was like 4 or 5 months, very short stint. The guy who invited me just did not have a direction or an idea of what he wanted to do with the band. When we did get together to hang out to play music, bro was like, we're only going to focus on 30-second to a minute long TikToks and never actually focus on getting through a full song, getting a set, and getting into a place to actually play. And I'm going to tell you what, that was not fun either. I've seen a lot of concerts since I left Clockcraft and kind of been on my own during doing the music thing. Seen a lot of good concerts and been to a lot of bad concerts. Not the band particularly, except when they don't play songs that you don't really like or care about. But a lot of the concert goers just like, I love to get up and dance, play air guitar, drums, freaking sing my heart out. But when everybody around you is just sitting down and chilling, oh God, it's like the worst. Like, yo, we are at a concert. Get up. If you want to sit, get the seats that are not close to the front of the stage. And people can argue with me. They can argue with a brick wall. I'm not a concert to have fun. I'm not a concert to sing and dance and listen. You know, I'm all that. I'm everything in a bag of just everything when it comes to a concert. I'm like the band member's favorite audience member because I bring the freaking energy, bro. I get into it. It's always a joy going to the concerts. One of my favorite movies came out recently during that time too. That Led Zeppelin movie that came out. I wish they would have done a little bit more for it too, but it is what it is. Maybe they'll come out with like a second part in like the future. It's called Becoming Led Zeppelin is what it was. Maybe they'll come out with the later years of the band, which would be freaking sensational because I love that band. I also did during that time period too have another Minecraft YouTube account. Block Tone is what it was, and I did have some pretty good success with it too. But it comes in phases, you know. It's not everybody jokes about the 2-week Minecraft phase, right? Mine's like a couple month Minecraft phase, and I'm just like, I don't really want to play this anymore. So then I play other games and live stream those and make content and everything like that. But of course, nothing does really well on other games unless you're like a demon at it and everything like that. Minecraft people can just chill, relax, and relate and hang out with you and everything like that. So, and I've always liked Minecraft. I've also liked the ASMR side of it too, which is really what Minecraft is, with the kind of keeping the same tone that I would for like those videos. But yeah, I guess the biggest recent thing though too that's happened is the moving. I've moved back home to my home state, which was probably the best decision. Getting to where I lived up in the north was getting kind of scary. So I'm happy to be back down south and everything like that. And I know I said I was going to talk about Clockcraft a little bit more, but I'm going to just tell you what. I'm going to end it off on the end of the video here, towards the end of it, I said I wasn't going to name names, but I'm going to do it. Kinger, Candy, Dell, who else? Those 3 people right there. I'm going to say, Candy, I never said anything bad about you. You were the homie. You're freaking, I'm not going to name your businesses, but I definitely supported your business, everything like that you were working on, Kinger. I never say anything bad than you, other than, man, his voice is monotone. And then Dell, I never say anything bad about you either. I don't know why I got blocked. Crazy, absolutely crazy. Never say anything bad about Viking Pilot, anything like that at all. Tanisha, never say anything bad about Tanisha. What was that other girl? Elaine Tao, whatever her name was. I didn't even know you very long, and I got blocked by you too. Crazy. They didn't even come, y'all didn't even come and talk to me. Y'all didn't even come and ask if it was true. You took it at face value. Now, if you have messages, like actual screenshots from it, then I understand. But to my thing, I don't really know if I said anything bad about y'all in text. So, yeah. That's it. Thank y'all so much for watching this the video. Been almost 20 minutes of me ranting about some bull stuff. But thank y'all so much. And this will probably be the only video I make on this account. Honestly. 254 subscribers, and this is probably it. But thank y'all so much for watching this video. Y'all have a good one, and I'll catch you around.